Hey ho, happy Friday, happy Friday. Been to Agne, number one. Look at you. I got to figure out how you do that. Ron Hamill, Rich Brusco, hi. Redbird 5652, Jonah Marie. How is everybody doing? I'd love to hear how everybody's doing on this Friday before Thanksgiving. People are changing plans. People seem to be having a lot of anxiety about what to do, whether to travel, not travel, cancel plans, keep plans. A lot of angst in the air. I'd love to hear from people what they're doing, how they're changing their celebration, how they're reinventing their celebrations, what they're doing. We were talking here at the Sunday paper today about Feeding America, about all the long lines at food banks and what we at the Sunday paper could do to help people who are struggling this holiday season. If you have any other good ideas about how we could be helpful in moving humanity forward and making people's holiday meals a little bit less stressful, please let me know. I'm really open to ideas. Would love to have some good ideas. In the past, we've always gone and volunteered in our church. And so I'm looking for other things that are going on around the country that we can promote this Sunday in the Sunday paper. So if you have any really good ideas, let me know. I'm looking through here. Kay Unger, a big fan of Best Buddies and all your family's work. Thank you. I'll tell that to Anthony, who runs Best Buddies. Beautiful day here in Nashville, Shauna Brooks Real Estate. I love Nashville, and I think the real estate in Nashville is probably exploding, or that's what I hear. Nashville, love Blackberry Farm, which is a couple hours away from Nashville. My son Patrick was just in Nashville. Hi, Paige from Massachusetts. Love Massachusetts. Used to go there when I was little for the holidays, so I have a lot of great memories if I close my eyes about Thanksgiving in Massachusetts. Strikeout MS says stay home with family. If you're lucky enough to have family that lives near you, that's true. A lot of people don't have family that live near them. So I talked to someone the other day who told me they were doing a couple Zoom Thanksgivings. So that's an option. I might try that with some of my brothers who live on the East Coast. Somebody said, happy to stay home, less pressure, just me and hubby, Zooming friends and family, Roxy West. That's good. Anyway, I love all of these ideas. Today I'm going to be talking with my great friend, Jill Martin, who's got this unbelievable new show. I don't know where she is. Is she here? Jill Martin, she's there, and she's going to talk all about written for the Sunday paper this Sunday. So she's going to talk a little bit about that and how she's pivoted and kept going during. There she is.
I miss you.
Oh, I'm so happy to see you.
I'm so happy to see you too. I feel like I've been locked in the basement for 8 months, and I get to see you and come out, and it's been quite the adventure, huh?
Well, first of all, happy Thanksgiving week to you. I'm grateful for our friendship. I'm grateful that I have you as a friend. I'm grateful for the conversations we've had and the love we've shared. So I want to start with that.
And I'm going to, as we go on into this, which is, you were one of the people, we met at a very, when you meet friends as an adult, it's very hard to incorporate new friends, new close friends as an adult. And I mean, everybody says, when they speak to you, they get some piece of wisdom, but I found our conversations to be so life-changing, and things that you've said to me in the past and even recently have really resonated with me. So we don't say it enough, I think, like all the good things, but I thank you too for being just such an unbelievable force in so many of our lives. I think you've made that impact on a lot of people, and especially last week, I loved your story about, I'm the queen of getting rid of clutter.
Yes, so, I have to say, I told Jill that I was going through my storage units, and she's like, FaceTime me, I can help you.
I was like, FaceTime me, I'll go through every box.
What?
So I said, FaceTime me, we'll go through every box, and we'll just get rid. So how did it go? Was it?
It's been going. It's been a 4 month project, but I'm done. But now it's time for you can come into my closet and help me. I think I'm going through this period, which I met this woman while I was walking in my neighborhood the other day, and she was doing construction on her house. And she said, I have no furniture in my house. I said, well, why not? She said, I'm a different person when I'm finishing this house than I was when I started. So I've gotten rid of my clothes. I'm donating all my furniture. I was just like, whoa. And she goes, you've got to keep like recognizing that you're evolving and changing. And I realized I don't need what I have. And I think there are a lot of people going through kind of a shedding, a streamlining, focusing on what's important in their lives, who's important in their lives. And, it's as good a time as any to look within and then look around and see what can I do differently. But I know I want to talk about the piece. I want to tease the piece that you're writing this Sunday, because I think it will inspire a lot of people who've struggled during this kind of 8 month period. And now we're kind of feel like we're going into another lockdown.
Yeah.
And you're writing this Sunday about kind of two very powerful words that your father said to you. Can you tease that a little bit, Jill?
Yeah. And then I want to go back. I know a lot of people are asking about the clutter. I have like 3 easy tips that if you're looking to cleanse your closet, or I feel like could be motivating, especially going into the weekend.
Okay, we'll start with that. Then go
okay. Cause you know what? I think that's like my, we all have, and you and I talked about this too. We all have, a virtual cape, and we talk about our superpowers. And I feel like, I'm not good at a lot of things, but what I am good at is not having clutter and, figuratively and literally just not hanging on to things that you don't need, want, or don't have a reason in your life. So, starting with your closet, you don't wear 75% of what you have in your closet. So 75%, that's a huge number. If you took your numbers of pairs of jeans, you only pick that one pair that makes your tush look cute, that you feel good in, that's a little looser, hit your waist. I mean, you keep things because you make up a story. Maybe I'll wear that one day. Maybe I'll have an event if you have a big, huge event that you're going to, you're going to go want to get something, so
what do you do? Do you, because you're always in something new and you're always looking stylish. So how do you do
excuse
that?
me, I'm in sweatpants and a t-shirt. Okay. This is my new.
When you were in the studio in New York, you're always like pulled together. So how do you kind of get rid of things? How do you get rid of the clutter?
Yeah. So it's a very easy concept. And even my sweatpants and my t-shirts, everything is a 10. So every single thing I put on, whether it be, and I'm working from home, and so are you. So it's not like I'm dressing up for, a wedding every day. But everything I have, I love this t-shirt, these sweatpants say I am grateful. I'm in my Sherpa that I sent you. Everything in my closet has a purpose and I wear it. And so the criteria is you take out your favorite t-shirt, your favorite dress, your favorite pair of pants, and you put it, the 10, the one that you always pick, and you put it on the bed. And anything that doesn't live up to that goes. So you make piles, consign if it's something that might be worth something, donate, which is another pile, and people are starting to take things again and will again as we move through this and get through this. And then it's give away to family and friends. And so you make these piles, and, having less makes you feel fuller. It just does. Yeah. Having less options. When I go on a vacation, I only pack a carry-on when we used to go on vacation, even for 2 weeks, because I feel like, having less options is less clutter for you to deal with.
So I said in the piece that I wrote that I can get rid of a lot of things, but photographs, they're my Achilles heel. I cannot throw out a photograph, and I'm really struggle with that. I have way too many photographs. I don't think you can see them behind me, but there are photographs everywhere. And so what is your kind of secret for getting rid of things that still bring you joy, but you just have too many of them?
Right. It's funny because, I'm a fan of Maria Kondo and her book, but I don't believe in taking everything out at once and then, sorting through. I find that very overwhelming. I think you do one garbage bag at a time. I say it not garbage, but garbage bag. So the photos is interesting. My mother keeps everything. She lost her mother and her father when she was young. And so she feels like she needs to keep all her stuff. And we've talked through it emotionally and, why she does. And so pictures are a big thing. What I loved about your article from last week was that you said you saved the frames for new memories. And
Yeah.
I wrote that in my journal. I thought that was so beautiful because it's true. I'll get back to that part in a second because that's our story. But so with photographs, I believe I won't throw out an actual photograph. So I have them all stacked in boxes. I could send a picture that we could post and those could go away. I understand with the photographs, but also, sending them into like a Costco or any of these mass market places, they'll put them on a video for you. So
I
if
know,
you,
but then you
so
can't see them. I forget when they're in a video. So I don't want to put them in a video because then I can't look at, there I am with my daughters. Oh my goodness, there I
right.
am with my mom. There I am with my cousins. Oh, there I am with my friends. And looking at those images are what bring me joy. That's my joy. My source of joy are people and people that I love. And when I look at them, I think, oh, remember when we did this, or I love them for that. And so that's where, but I have too many frames. So I'm working on that.
Right. So you'll need albums for each that maybe
Oh, I
sit
have
on
that
the.
too.
I know it's funny
I
now
have
because
DVDs, I have discs, I have digitized, and I have frames. So
it's so
I'm
funny.
still working through, but I'm going to get help from you in the new year because I think that you have so many ideas about like how to streamline our life, how to make everything that we're wearing a 10. But even you have gotten knocked down by this pandemic. Even you had to kind of reevaluate and get up and go going. So talk a little bit, just tease that because you've got this new show, which wouldn't have happened had you
Yeah.
not gotten up and gotten out of bed.
Yeah. Wow. I haven't really talked about this since your paper. And if it wasn't you, I don't know if I would have felt, um, yeah. So this is how I feel. And we talked a little bit about this. I feel like this, and if I cry, just please, I'll get through it. But I feel like this pandemic has served as a strainer. Like I picture spaghetti going into a strainer,
Yeah.
and I don't cook, but somehow I picture spaghetti going into a strainer, and everything that's supposed to strain, everything that's supposed to stay is staying. And I don't believe that with people who have lost people and people who are sick. My uncle was on a ventilator for 2.5 months. I prayed every day. He got off of it, one of the lucky ones, who's
Yeah.
recouping now. But, but I just mean things and relationships and friendships and jobs. And, we're all going through some sort of trauma now. I don't know
Yeah.
anyone. Do you? Not going
No.
through something. Okay.
No, and I think being able to give voice to that is really good. So I think it's like people have lost jobs, people have changed jobs, people have lost friends, people have lost homes. I was looking at, before you got on, the lines for food banks. People are really struggling, and it's not a competition about your struggle because
Right.
whatever your struggle is big to you. And that's a really important thing that I learned in an ICU unit when I was sitting waiting for my mother who was in the ICU unit, and a nurse came over to me and she said, "Can I help you?" I said, "Oh, don't worry about me. I know the girl over there, her mom's dying in that unit." She said, "There's no competition in the ICU unit, and there's no competition when it comes to grief and pain. So everybody's grief and pain is their own, and it's valid, and it's worth talking about if you have somebody to share it with." And you and I have talked a lot about that. But what I'm inspired by with you was that your dad came to you and said, in the beginning of the pandemic, because you used to go into your QVC office and to the Today Show, and you had this other life, and you were like mourning all of these things being different, right? And he came into you and said, what?
Yeah. So get up. So the pandemic starts. Those two powerful words, get up. My father is the most wonderful, funny, dynamic, straightforward. He was a criminal defense attorney. He's very by the books, moral compass, right on. We do the right thing. Like we show up. That's like what we've been. So the pandemic starts. I go from working 24/7, going to the Today Show, going to QVC, and this is my journey. So everybody,
Yes.
as you said, and I'm glad you said that because I didn't want it. I wrote it in there. Like everybody has their own. So this is
Yeah.
mine. And I'm just hoping that the thread and the fabric of this can help people. So, I just launched a new show. My career was thriving. Things were amazing. My family was healthy, and family, was always dear to me. My brother was about to get engaged, which he got engaged and married during the pandemic. And then my uncle and aunt get it. My uncle goes on get COVID. My uncle goes on a ventilator in Jupiter. We can't see him for 2.5 months. My relationship of 2.5 years of my last time I was in this space with you, my fairy tale ending ends.
Right.
And pretty much not overnight, but it was a shock to the system for sure. Right. Yeah. Coping with it once it was finally, the period was on the story. And I was getting up to do segments. I was barely eating. I mean, my mom, I didn't write this in the essay, but my mom said the only thing you left out was I would have these Martin's butter rolls. Do you know what? With a piece of cheese on them. It's like a butter roll, but that's all I could stomach. And so for 3 weeks after the confluence of all these things happened, it was too much. And I literally could not get out of bed. So everyone was quarantining with me. My sister-in-law, just saved me, would set up all my segments for me. And I would come down and, find the bright light to get on. So grateful I had, I was working and had a job, but, and then I would go right back into bed and watch the news. Like that's all that would happen. And I wouldn't come down for dinner. And it was paralyzing. And it was worse because, and I think you'll understand this because as a parent, and you've said this to me, you're only as happy as your happiest child.
Yeah.
So my mom was heartbroken.
Yeah.
So my father walked in one day. It was probably 2.5 to 3 weeks of really, real just heartbreak of so many levels, not just about my engagement, about my uncle, about what was going on in the world and people losing. It was just heartbreaking. Yeah. And he walked in and he said, I think it's time to get up now. And I said, huh? And he said, I think that it's time to get up. I'd like you to get up, get in the shower and come down for dinner. And I said, Dad, I don't think I can. And he said, Jill, I want you to get up, get in the shower and come down for dinner. You've done it. Okay. You've done it. We're there for Uncle Jerry. You've mourned your loss and anyone going through, there's so many relationships, my brother got married. I had a breakup. Like there's so many evolutions of life right now. And I got up and I not only got up, Maria, but I am so much more at peace as a human being now, not running around like a lunatic. I took a break from dating and I concentrated on me and I came up with a new iteration of the show. And instead of designing blazers, I was designing wearable blankets and stuffed animals that bring happiness into your home and face coverings and hand set, whatever I could do to keep busy and to get up. And, every day that I feel like that, and nothing is perfect and we're still not, I'm still not 100%. Yeah. But every day when I get up, I hear those words. And I wrote in the article, one of my dear friend's mother suddenly passed away and she was in bed. And every morning we spoke. And finally I said, I'm going to share with you. And I said, I need you to get up. I need you to shower. Yeah. She likes to go get Starbucks every day. I said, go get Starbucks. And if you want to get back into bed, get back into bed. But get up. And so every morning she texts me.
I love that. You're going to be able to read Jill's article in the Sunday paper about getting up. And that's something that we all need somebody in our life to at some point turn to us and say, okay, you had your time, now get up. I've said that to more than one of my children on occasion. Get up, take a shower, come down, put your shoulders back. We're going forward. Get up. And I just love the simplicity of that and the power of that. And you got up and now talk about this special that you have, which is, NBC putting it on the street. First of its kind, the Steals and Deals. So what is it and how can everybody watch it? Because we want everybody to watch it so it's successful. And
I appreciate that. But I want to say also just, with you, you said to me when I was going through a lot, in all the chaos and trying to find calm. I remember we were sitting at dinner when we used to be able to go to dinner inside. I remember we were sitting at like a small table and you said to me that when you were going through things too, like there's only two options. You can either choose to move forward and find silver linings and make the best out of life, or you could go the other way. There's two choices. You have to either get up and go or be in bed. And I just, I remembered you saying that too. And it's like, it is, we all go through some form of loss and heartbreak at some point.
At I would say at multiple points. If you only go through it at one point,
You're lucky.
So I think I try to say to my kids a lot, get good at building resilience, get good at getting up and get moving forward. There will be a time to rest, and there will be a time where you're going to have to get up, and you're going to have to be able to do that at multiple times if you live a long, productive life. And you can always get great examples of that from, as you say, from your parents and from people who have lived, who continue to get up every day and keep trying. And it's something, it's a decision we have to make each and every day. Do we want to get up? Do we want to keep going? Do we want to try to make a difference? Do we want to look around us and kind of look forward? I think a lot of people are doing that at this holiday. Like, how do I get up? How do I reinvent? How do I bring joy? And that's why I want to come back to your special.
Okay, so my special, I know, I'm so beyond grateful.
You and I could talk. It would be like we could have dinner here.
I know. We could have dinner on the.
I know, but people are all saying thank you so much for this great advice. Thank you for this inspiring conversation. Thank you for your honesty, Jill. I could thank you for your inspiring words. This is so special. I could keep reading that, but we won't get to your special.
Yes. Okay. So the special. So. All right. So we had this show before we launched Shop the Stars where it was sort of combining your favorite talk show and your favorite gift guide, sort of having a baby. Okay. So can't go into the studio, wanted to bring everybody, some light and bright and joy and small investments that can make a big difference in different parts of your life. So it's a 2-hour special. It's produced through Today All Day. So it's produced through the Today Show, and it will air on Peacock TV.
On Monday.
On Monday at 9 a.m.
Monday at 9 a.m. on Peacock streaming.
Right. So you get the app, and then it streams through Today All Day. So
Today All Day. So
right. I know people are asking me how to. My mom, I had to walk her through how to get.
Really clear.
Peacock.
9 a.m. this coming Monday. You can go on Peacock streaming at 9 a.m. and you can watch Jill's new streaming shopping extravaganza.
It's a talk show and over 50 gifts, up to 84% off, and 70% of the businesses are from small businesses, which was really important for me to support. And my parents are co-hosts.
So great. So if you want to help small businesses during this holiday, instead of going to, you can go and help small businesses, which I really love that you're focused on that. Entrepreneurs, people who are really kind of, living paycheck to paycheck with their small businesses during this holiday. You're helping a lot of them. So this is a great way to help small businesses, have fun, help and support Jill. And it's a new and novel idea.
Yeah. So it's 2 hours. So I had, which is like, I said, no offense to me. I'm like my own best friend, but you really want to just watch me for 2 hours? So my parents, my brother, and my sister-in-law each co-hosted a segment. And in accordance with whatever my brother did gadgets, my father did comfy clothing. My mother, is out of central casting. She did, like best gifts for her with my sister-in-law. And then I had a Garden of Dreams family that I work with who, such a deserving family. The kids have been through unimaginable obstacles, and the mother is a huge Steals and Deals fan. So I went to their home. They thought I was just coming for a catch up. But when they walked outside, Tracy Morgan helped me surprise them with all the Steals and Deals in the show. And they were crying. So it was, I was really proud of all of it because, in a pandemic, it's like, how do you put on a major production like this? I had jibs in my living room. Everyone, 30 people socially distanced.
Of course.
You can't believe what was...
Who would have jibs in their living room? I would have picked you. Maybe one time we could do kind of, gifts for a cause, because we always talk about that at the Sunday paper. We're always like shop the cause, and we have products in the Sunday paper that benefit different causes, whether it's the Women's Alzheimer's Movement, Special Olympics, Feeding America, all that sort of stuff. So that's another kind of idea that we can maybe do together in the spring. I don't have.
We are due to do something together because
we are due.
I admire.
We are due to get up, get going, move. I want to encourage everybody. People are asking to hear more about our conversation, so we're going to have to like come back and have after we publish your piece, because the last time you wrote a piece for the Sunday paper, it brought so much. Because I think everybody is inspired by examples of love. They're inspired by examples of heartache and then getting up and starting again. And I think there's so many people who, you know, still are looking to find love, still looking to find that job, still looking to reinvent themselves. And I think it's so great to have stories of inspiration, stories of people who get up and get going and keep moving and get a jib in their living room and reinvent a show idea. So I'm so proud of you, Jill.
Thank you. Thank you. And Maria, I have to say, like last time I wrote about fairy tales and finding my fairy tale after 40, and I still believe in fairy tales, and they're my favorite kinds of stories. And I believe in lots of loves. And I'm grateful, you know, to be able to share this with you. And the lead into my special is an extended interview with Chris Pratt.
Oh,
is that hysterical?
That is hysterical. Oh
yeah, Chris Pratt, Bryce Dallas Howard, Jeff Goldblum, and the East Coast director of Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom, sit down with today's Natalie Morales at the ranch in Hawaii, where parts of the film were shot. And it's an extended interview with him.
I think everybody is in your special but me. I think everybody, I mean, Sydney, what are we going to say? I mean, I just don't know. But we're here. We're readily available. We're on the West Coast. We believe in you.
I know.
And we're so inspired. And I also believe in fairy tales. I love fairy tales. I love fairy tale endings. I love fairy tale beginnings. And we will stay in conversation to talk about our fairy tales.
I would like to hear. Oh, speaking of, I have to, I don't know, do you have to run? I feel like you have to go. But I heard Rob Lowe on Access Hollywood. I texted you last night, asked you who your hall pass was. And you asked.
Rob Lowe made that. I didn't know who, you said that he said, I said, what's a hall pass? I'm not that out of it.
I was like, she got out of that. I was laughing.
I would like to, I have to call Rob Lowe. That's a to-do this morning to find out. He's a great friend of mine, and we have a lot of really great discussions. I don't remember our hall pass conversation, but I'll get clued back in, and I'm sure it kind of had some semblance to whatever he was talking about. But
funny because I said last night I was on Zoom with somebody. You know, I haven't been going out, but I was on a Zoom call, and I said, who was your hall pass? Because I heard it right on, you know, and I was thinking of like, do I have a hall pass? Is there some like buddy? I couldn't think of anyone who, like, I was growing up. I remember when my mom said that when I saw Scott Baio on TV when I was like 3, I said, can I have him?
I think growing up, I didn't really have a hall pass. I'm trying to think. But I think growing up, I had the most massive crush on Robert Redford. And I remember campaigning, actually, this is really funny, in the 1972 campaign with my father, who was the vice presidential candidate. And we stopped and at a location that Robert Redford was filming his film. I think it was The Senator. It was a political film. And we stopped there and I met him, and it was the first and last time I've been totally speechless. I just was like,
did he know?
Oh, well, I don't know. I'm sure everybody met him and probably still meets him and goes. So, no, I did not say to him, wow,
you're my
I have a crush on you.
Yeah, hey, I have a crush on you. You're my whole man.
I love crushes. I'm a big crush person. I think it's fun. But anyway, we're going down a wrong lane. Anyway, I wanted everybody to support Jill. I wanted to bring Jill on because I thought it was a great day to go into the weekend with her inspiration. And I hope everybody will join her on Monday. I hope everybody will read her essay on Sunday. And I'm going to get her to write a lot more for the Sunday paper about her life, her dreams, and her beginnings and endings. So yes, I love you, sweetheart.
I love you too. And say hi to Sydney, and thank you for supporting and having me.
Okay, honey. See
okay,
you.
bye.
Bye. That is Jill Martin, and she's, that was beyond relatable. Somebody says, oh, that's good. Lots of crushes. Yes, I could do a whole show on my crushes. But anyway, Jill Martin, she's a really fun girl, and she is a hustler. I love the way she just comes up with stuff and, you know, turns out her own hand sanitizer. You name it, she does it. So God bless her. I hope the show is successful for her, and her story is really actually very good in the Sunday paper this Sunday. And if you don't get the Sunday paper, please get it. You just subscribe, go over to the Sunday paper at mariashriver.com. It's our free weekly email, and it's news and views above the noise. We seek to inspire hearts and minds and move humanity forward. We elevate voices of people that we think you will enjoy and that will bring you inspiration, peace, and calm. So I want to thank you all. Happy Thanksgiving. If I don't see you, or if I don't talk to you, if I don't connect with you before Thanksgiving, try to close your eyes and count your blessings, and don't compare this Thanksgiving to other ones, because that'll just take you down a rabbit hole. Just accept this one in its own unique way, and think of yourself 5 years out and what the stories you'll tell about this particular Thanksgiving. It'll be unique in its own way. So God bless you all. Thank you for coming. Thank you for always supporting. Thank you for joining. And thank you for being you. How about that? Happy Thanksgiving. Bye-bye.